Okay, so we have this function here, the square root of x plus 2 plus 1. There's two ways to do this. You can try to graph the square root of x and then um, translate it, or you can do a table of values and just do it like that. Like do the table of values and then, evaluate for certain x values what it would be. It really doesn't matter as long as you're doing it correctly. So if you want to do it, so for example, the square root of x, we know that if we do the square root of x, we know that the square root of 0 is 0. So when x equals 0, y equals 0. The square root of 1 in the positive x-axis is 1. And then the square root of 4 is 2. Right? So when x equals 4, y equals 2. And you can do it like this, and you can translate it. So the thing is that in reality, the form of an absolute value, or I'm sorry, the form of a square root function is the square root of x minus h plus k. Here we have the square root of x minus negative 2 plus 1. So really, it's translating 2 units left. So you have to translate each one 2 units left. So you go 1, 2, and then you do it again for this point, 1, 2. Oh, and by the way, it's 2 units left, 1 unit up. So it's 1, 2, 1, like that. And then this one is 1, 2, 1. And this one is 1, 2, 1. So really, the translated function would be like this. Okay, this is f of x, or I'm sorry, g of x. This is the function g of x. Now, you can do it that way, or you can do a table of values. When you do a table of values, you can plug in a number. So you can say, for example, the square root of 2 plus 2 plus 1. There's the square root of 4 plus 1, which is 2 plus 1, which is 3. So when x equals 2, y equals 3, which is right here. You really want to make sure that you can fit it in the square roots. That's the main idea. When you do 0, so if you make the square root equal to 0, you have negative 2 plus 2 plus 1 square root, like that. So you have 0 plus 1, which is 1. So when x equals negative 2, y equals 1. And then when x equals negative 1, square root of negative 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So when x equals negative 1, y equals 2. Those are two different ways in which you can graph it, either by translating or by doing a table of values. So then the other question is, so is this a one-to-one function, right? It is, because it follows the vertical line test and it also follows the horizontal line test. So yes, the domain is from, so it starts at x equals negative 2 and it goes on and on and on. So it's going to be from negative 2 bracket to infinity parentheses. The range is going to be from 1 to infinity.